हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू दिस लेक्चर। तो इस लेक्चर में हम बात करने वाले हैं केमिकल काइनेटिक्स के वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक के बारे में, दैट इज द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शंस ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ देयर स्पीड। फ्रॉम प्रीवियस लेक्चर we all know chemical kinetics tells us about the speed or rate of a chemical reaction. Now, depending on the speed or rate, chemical reactions can be divided into three important types. तो चलो हम वो types देख लेते हैं. Number one is instantaneous or very fast reactions. Now, by the name, नाम सुन के ही समझ में आ जाना चाहिए. This type of chemical reactions are very fast in nature. They take no time to convert the reactants into the product. Reactants से product होने में ये बहुत ही कम टाइम. सो चलो देख लेते हैं एक्चुअली इंस्टेंटेनियस रिएक्शंस कितना टाइम लेता है. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ रिएक्शंस नेचुरली टेक 10 to the power minus 14 to 10 to the power minus 16 seconds for completion of reaction. That means रिएक्टेंट से प्रोडक्ट होने में ये सिर्फ 10 to the power minus 14 to 10 to the power minus 16 सेकेंड लेता है. अब तुम समझ ही गए होंगे कि ये रिएक्शंस कितना फास्ट है. एंड प्लीज रिमेंबर, दिस टाइप ऑफ इंस्टेंटेनियस रिएक्शंस एक्चुअली आर आयोनिक इन नेचर. दैट इज all of these reactions includes ionic species for the reaction, and due to the involvement of ionic species ये type of reaction इतना fast होता है. तो चलो अब कुछ practical examples देख लेते हैं, और ये examples तुम्हें याद में रखना है कि what are the actual chemical reactions. Those are instantaneous. First one, silver nitrate plus sodium chloride. What it will give? It will give us silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. So this is the chemical reactions which is instantaneous in nature, and AgCl will be precipitated as white precipitate. So जब भी हम सिल्वर नाइट्रेट और सोडियम क्लोराइड को मिक्स करेंगे, instantaneously we will get white precipitate of silver chloride. Now see the next example. Number 2, barium chloride and sulfuric acid. It will give us barium sulfate and HCl. So this is another example of instantaneous reaction. और एक example देख लो, HCl plus NaOH. It will give us sodium chloride and water. So all these three examples are instantaneous in nature. Please remember the chemical reactions. Now we will move to number 2. So type 2 is moderate or slow chemical reactions. अब नाम सुन के ही पता चल जाएगा कि ये जो केमिकल रिएक्शंस है इसका रेट इंस्टेंटेनियस रिएक्शंस के उतना ज़्यादा नहीं है. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ रिएक्शंस occur normally at normal temperature and pressure. And please remember, the rate of these reactions can be measurable. प्लीज रिमेंबर ये सब जो केमिकल रिएक्शंस है इसका रेट वी कैन मेजर. सो मेजरेबल केमिकल रिएक्शंस, that is we can measure the rate of these reactions. And most of the chemical reactions include slow or moderate chemical reactions. So maximum number of chemical reactions are moderate in nature. So most of the chemical reactions are moderate in nature. Now we will see some examples. First one is decomposition of H2O2. What is that? That is H2O2 will be decomposed into water and oxygen. This is a moderate type of chemical reaction. Another example is decomposition of N2O5. What it will be? N2O5 will be decomposed or disintegrated into N2O and oxygen. We will balance it. So these are examples of moderate chemical reactions. Now अब थोड़ा और examples देख लो because these are important for your exam purpose. Another example is hydrolysis of stars. Hydrolysis of stars. What does it mean? That is, stars will be divided, stars will be broken into ether and alcohol part. That is hydrolysis of stars. So let us take an example. CH3 COO C2H5. This is an ester and it will be hydrolyzed by NaOH. What we will get? We will get a ether part and an alcohol part. So the ether part will be CH3 COO Na and alcohol part will be C2H5OH. So hydrolysis of esters, example of moderate reaction. Again, reaction of NO with chloride. It is a special and very important reaction. Please remember, it is also moderate type of chemical reaction. So NO plus chloride will form NOCl2. So all these are examples of moderate or slow reaction. Please remember this. Now we will move into the third type. So third type is very slow reactions. Very slow type of chemical reactions. Now as the name suggests, नाम सुन के पता चल जाता है ये वाला जो केमिकल रिएक्शंस है इसका रेट इज द मिनिमम. ये रिएक्शंस बहुत ही स्लो है इन द नेचर. इतना स्लो है कि ह्यूमन आईज कैनॉट इवन एक्सपीरियंस इट. चलो देख लेते हैं. ये वाला केमिकल रिएक्शन कैन टेक डेज और मंथ्स और even year to complete the chemical reaction. ये इतना स्लो है. And again remember, ये इतना स्लो है कि we cannot even measure their rate. इसका rate is not measurable. Rate is not measurable for this type of chemical reaction. ये इतना स्लो है. अब चलो थोड़ा एग्जाम्पल्स देख लेते हैं. द मोस्ट फेवरेट एग्जाम्पल इज रस्टिंग ऑफ आयरन. आयरन रस्ट फॉर्मेशन is the most favorite example. Another example is CO plus 2H2. What it will give? It will give methyl alcohol at room temperature. Please remember this. Without any catalyst at room temperature, the formation of methyl alcohol is an example of very slow type of reaction. Please remember, without any catalyst. अगर यहाँ पर आप कैटालिस्ट यूज करते हैं then the reaction will be fast and it will no longer be a very slow type of chemical reaction. So without catalyst, please remember this. The third and last example is the most favorite. H2 plus O2 gives us water. This reaction also at room temperature or at ordinary temperature is an example of very slow reaction. Please remember, without any catalyst. अगर आप यहाँ पर catalyst यूज करते हैं then this reaction will be faster and no longer be very slow type of chemical reaction. So हम इस लेक्चर से क्या समझे? There are three types of chemical reaction: instantaneous, slow or moderate and very slow. Which type of chemical reaction we can measure the rate? हम किस टाइप के chemical reactions के rate measure कर सकते हैं? Only the slow और moderate type of chemical reactions के हम rate measure कर सकते हैं. Instantaneous और very slow type of chemical reactions के rate हम measure नहीं कर सकते by chemical kinetics. So please remember all this. Hope you have understood it. Thank you all.